This is the LEGO City Powered Up Freight Train. And today we're going to be unboxing it, building it, and taking a look at some of its coolest features. But firstly, of course, we have to unbox this set. So let's take a look at what's inside. Okay, I can't wait to see what's in here. Let's open this up. Wow, there's so many LEGO bags here. And so much train track as well. Let's organize this and see what we have here. Inside the box, we get bags numbered 1 to 10. We also get 2 unnumbered bags containing the remote control, battery box, and more pieces. We get 16 curved pieces of track, 16 straight pieces of track, and 1 switch track. Finally, we also get 5 instruction manuals and a sticker sheet. Okay, now that we've unboxed the set, let's start building. Okay, so now let's talk about the set. First, let's talk about phase 1. In this phase, we get 2 builds. The first of these builds is this car here, which looks really nice. Nice color scheme here, and we also get a spoiler at the back. And we also get this electric charging station, and it does look really nice. It has some solar panels which can be folded so that they can be carried by the train. We also get some nice colors, and we get some cool details here. We also get 2 wires, one on either side of the station, which can be connected to both the cars. So this first car has a pretty weird charging port. It's the exhaust basically, but the second car has a much better placed charging port. The second phase has the front of the train and the remote. Now I won't go into too much detail about the train because we are going to be seeing it on the track later, but for now, just about the looks. It has a pretty similar color scheme to the electric charging station, and it's quite a nice color scheme. We get the train logo on the side and at the front. And both sides of the train have opening roofs, so you can get access to the cabin. The next phase is mainly building the track, which again I'll show later. But we also do build these 2 train carriages, so let's take a closer look at these. The first train carriage has these nice colored walls, which can be opened up fully, but I'm not sure that's what you're meant to do with them. And the purpose of this one is actually to carry the electric charging station that we saw earlier. So you can just fold up the solar panel and place it in there like that. And then we also get this carriage here with 2 locks on either side, which can be opened up. And then the telehandler, which I'll show you later, can be used to pick up these crates and place them somewhere else. And inside we do get some stuff, so we can open these up to reveal some jars of the carrots in this first crate here. And the second crate, we have some plants. In the next phase we build this telehandler, and it's really cool. It's a nice color, and we get double wheels at the front and single wheels at the back, just like the real thing. The arm can also be raised up with a simple mechanism, or lowered. And it can also be extended. Now I'll show you how this works with the other parts of the set later, but for now I'm just going to show it to you separately. As you can see, it's really nice, and the cabin can also be opened so you can place a minifigure in there. So the final build we get is this car carrier here, and these sides can be folded down, and we can move the top section of the car carrier to allow cars to go on the top section or the bottom section. The mechanism works mainly with these blue pieces which hold up the top section, and they're actually new in this color. And the color scheme in general is really nice, dark blue and yellow. I think it works quite well. And along with the car carrier, we also get our second car. It's a simple white car, but it does have the charging port in a much more reasonable place, and it's actually a lot bigger than the last car. Before we move on to the track, let's first talk about the minifigures. So we get these 2 civilian minifigures. We also get a greengrocer and a person who can drive the telehandler. We also get a builder whose hat is in the red, neon yellow color. And we also get a train driver. Here's the whole track, and as you can see, it's absolutely massive. So we get a side track, which is for loading the cars onto the car carrier. More on that later. And then there's a switch track that connects that track onto the main track, which is just an oval, but it's a really big oval. Okay, so before we start using the train, let's talk about the different ways to control it. So first, of course, we have the remote here, and we can just press the green button on that, press the green button on the train, and then wait until we see a green light. But in my case, it's red. Comment down below if you have any idea why that happens, but it still works, so it should be fine. And once the train is fully connected to the remote, you can use the plus and minus buttons on the remote to increase the speed or decrease the speed. And as you can see, the train can go quite fast. And if you want to stop the train, you can just press the red button. And the second way to control the train is with the LEGO Powered Up app, which is available on iOS and Android. Okay, so now let's talk about the app itself. So at the corner of your screen, you should see what the app looks like. So you can click on the profile for the freight train and just grant permission, obviously. Then afterwards, you just need to turn on the hub, wait for connection from the app, and then once that's done, you'll see a tick mark next to the Bluetooth sign, and then you can control the train of the app. So as you can see, you've got multiple buttons here. So we have a few buttons that make some sounds. And we also have some buttons to drive the train. So we have these arrow buttons, which are quite similar to the remote. You get an up arrow to make the train speed up, a down arrow to make the train slow down or reverse, and then a stop button. We also get this yellow electrical button, which I think cuts power from the train, but it lets it roll freely, as you can see here. And then we also get a button with a weather symbol, and this just changes the weather in the app. So at the top you can see the weather changing. This doesn't actually affect the train itself though. We also get a wheel at the front, in the middle here, sorry. So you can use that to control the train speed as well. And we can see the speed of the train, obviously the fake speed, above the wheel. So I think the app is quite a fun way to use the train, but I'm just going to use the remote because it's simpler and easier. However, you might have noticed that light button in the app, and that's actually so that you can upgrade the train to include a light if you wanted to. And how you do that is, if you look at the battery box here, you can see that there's a spare port here, port B. You just get a powered up light and plug it into port B, and then wire the light through to the front of the train, where you can place both the lights into these bricks here. So it's quite a simple upgrade to do if you do have that light. But now let's talk about the play features of the train. Okay, so let's talk about the first play feature, which is obviously the unloading and loading of the car carrier. So to unlock the car carrier, we have to fold these two sections down on either side, and then we can tilt the upper deck of the car carrier up or down. So to allow cars to go on the upper deck, we have to tilt it towards the ramp here, and then we can allow some cars to go onto the upper deck, and then we can lock them in place with these black pieces on the sides. Then we have to tilt the upper deck the other way to allow other cars to go into the bottom deck. Like so. And these cars are locked in by the sides, so you can just fold the upper deck back to so that's straight. And then you can lock the upper deck. Fold this piece back up, and then the train's ready to go again. Now for the next play feature, which is that the telehandler can lift up both these crates and the electric charging station. So first we have to unlock the two crates here. And then, as I showed you before, we can use the telehandler, lower the arm, and the telehandler can actually latch onto the crates itself, which is quite nice. But in that case it didn't, but it can do that. And then you can lift up the crate, take it somewhere else, and the only thing the telehandler really needs help with is releasing the crates. And as you can see, it's quite a simple and fun play feature. And inside the crates, we can obviously unload whatever's inside and then put them back on the train. And the telehandler, as I said before, can also lift up the electric charging station. Again, by itself, with no help, maybe a bit of help just to aim it, but after that, it's perfectly fine to do everything else on its own. And so yeah, it's quite a fun play feature and I really love it. Okay, now let's sum it up. I think this train is a really fun playset, and it has some pretty interesting building techniques used as well. Car carrier is a really nice function to add, and it adds a lot of playability to the set. And it is quite realistic as well, which is really nice. The telehandler is also a really fun part of the set, and it has some really nice details, such as the double wheels at the front. We also get a really good amount of track, the loop is absolutely huge, and the train can go fast, very fast. And so I think this set is absolutely perfect, and it can inspire lots of roleplay ideas. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.